everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this update video on the tropics. And so guys, in this video we're going to be talking about two systems. We're going to be talking about our Invest 93E over in the Eastern Pacific, given a high chance to develop and is likely to become ENRIQUE very soon. And we will also be talking about that tropical wave that is still there in the Atlantic, making its way to the Lesser Antilles. And so before I go into details, okay guys, and so first up, let's talk about that disturbance over in the Eastern Pacific. And so we're seeing here on the National Hurricane Center's 5-day outlook that it is given a high 90% chance to develop into a tropical cyclone during the next 5 days, guys. And so it is likely that this thing here might bring some impacts to southwestern Mexico. So if you're there, you might experience some very inclement weather conditions as the system nears. But currently on satellite, let's take a look at satellite view of it. And so we're seeing here that there's a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity associated with that system, and they're very disorganized at this time. But of course, environmental conditions are conducive to help this thing here to develop. So at least during the next few days or so, as I said, maybe before the end of this week, we might have ENRIQUE. And is this thing here going to become a hurricane? So let us go into what our models are expecting. And so here we have our model intensity guidance here, and so we have quite a few models available, just one not expecting it to develop, but we have all the others at least expecting a tropical storm, and we have a few anticipating that this thing here is going to be achieving category 1 status, guys. And I would say this is certainly possible because, especially in terms of ocean temperatures, we have them being very supportive to help this thing develop. So let's go to that ocean temperature map for the Eastern Pacific. There we have it. So just in the vicinity of that system here, we see some 30 degrees Celsius, and that is really going to be what it's in for the next couple of days, guys. But as it is going to be accelerating to the northwest, fortunately we're not expecting it to make landfall in Mexico, but it could still bring some heavy rainfall to the southwestern portions, so be on the lookout for that, guys. So as it is going to be moving parallel and moving more to the northwest, it is going to be encountering some cooler ocean temperatures that are going to be aiding in its weakening, guys. And so guys, now let us take a look at what the GFS is showing for this system. So this is map showing the isobars, and the isobars are lines of equal pressure, and the closer you see them in a circular manner with the pressure below 1030 millibars, usually a tropical cyclone, especially in the main development region for the Atlantic and here over in the Eastern Pacific. So here we have a 1000 millibar low pressure system well off the coastline of southwestern Mexico. So this is by Friday the 25th of June. So let's go further out, and so this is Sunday, just 2 days later, and we have this system being a 970 millibar low pressure system, definitely a hurricane at that point. And so going further out, on the same day, we see that the pressure has dropped some more, so 967. So this is possibly a category 2 hurricane at this point, guys. And so we see that some of the outer bands are even moving ashore along the southwestern coastline of Mexico. And so again, guys, if you're to be affected by the system, please take necessary precautions and stay safe. But as of right now, fortunately, landfall is not anticipated. So let's go over to what the Euro model is showing here. Alright guys, so this is Sunday the 27th of June, and so here we have Euro not showing the system making landfall, fortunately, as well, and it does not show it as strong as what the GFS is showing. So probably a tropical storm at maximum is what the Euro model is anticipating for this system. But the CMC model is showing something very interesting. Alright guys, so this is Saturday the 26th of June, and there we have that low pressure area just off the coastline, and so we see that it is not so organized and it is not strong either. And so let's go further out. This is Friday. This is all the way to Friday the 2nd of July. So we see that CMC is actually showing the system moving into Mexico and then emerging into the Gulf, showing something very similar like what happened with Claudette, and making landfall as a strong system along the southeastern coast of Louisiana. Again, guys, that is not impossible, but it doesn't seem that that would be scenario with this system, considering the fact that it is expected to be moving to the northwest during the next couple of days, guys. And so, guys, it is likely that before this weekend, we will in fact have our ENRIQUE developing in the Eastern Pacific, and so it might affect the southwestern coastline of Mexico with some inclement weather this weekend. Okay, guys, and so now let us go ahead and hop over into the North Atlantic. And so here we have that tropical wave given a low 10% chance to develop during the next 5 days and 48 hours, guys. And so the reason for this decrease in the chance is, of course, the fact that conditions are not so supportive anymore, and so tropical cyclone development of this is no longer anticipated. But regardless, it is going to be bringing some inclement weather to portions of the Lesser Antilles. And so let's look at satellite view of it right now. And so we're seeing here that the system is not producing a whole lot of shower and thunderstorm activity like what we saw yesterday. The system has actually significantly decreased in it, and so it is possible that we can get some more thunderstorms, but it is seeming likely now that the system won't bring major impacts to the Lesser Antilles, guys. But of course, if you're there, you still want to be cautious if there's the event of heavy rainfall. Ensure that you're not in a flood-prone area, and do not attempt to cross flooded roadways. Those are some key points to always remember, guys. And so in terms of the wind shear, let's take a look at that. And so here's the wind shear map, and so the different colors here mean different shear intensity. So we have the greens meaning favorable shear, and we have the yellows meaning neutral, and the reds being unfavorable. And so just in the vicinity of that wave, we see that the unfavorable shear is starting to set in. So that is the reason that we're having such a significant decrease in the thunderstorm activity for this system, guys. So fortunately, it's not expected to develop, and it definitely doesn't have a chance if it emerges well into the Caribbean either, because of course we see that strong wind shear is dominating those sections as well, guys. So this system here not anticipated to develop, so might just see all of it dissipating overall very, very soon. But the possibility still lies that it could actually bring some inclement weather to portions of the Lesser Antilles, guys. And so, guys, now let us go on and look at the ocean temperature map for the Atlantic. And we're seeing here that ocean temperatures are fairly warm, especially in the Gulf and the Caribbean. And just off the coast of Africa, in the vicinity of Cabo Verde, going westward a bit to like the central Atlantic area, we see that right there is not so warm right now. But of course, we're heading deeper into the hurricane season, so we're expecting to see an increase in ocean temperature as we're going to be heading there, guys. And so, guys, aside from our tropical wave, we're not seeing any more disturbances as of right now. But as we head deeper into July, that's when things are going to be starting to kick up, and we're going to start to see these systems developing, emerging off Africa and making their way westward, guys. And so we really have to be cautious. Again, this hurricane season is expected to be a quite active one, and so we have to always be cautious. And so, guys, that is it for this update, and if you found it to be quite informative, please give a thumbs up, and you can also share your thoughts in the comments to ask a question. I'll try to respond as best and as soon as I can, and just remember to always be otherwise, and of course I'll keep you updated as time goes by.